Okay, we're gonna Friday My Life on lawn.
This Walsh.
We're back.
Feel rusty. Gotta kick the kinks out.
Really hate the international break.
Yeah. Well, we got a nice month before we get to do it all over again.
Yeah.
The
first 3 game tease into a break is just
it's bad.
like
it's not good. It's not good. NFL last weekend though. Good job
NFL's
for that.
great.
It's
definitely papering over some of the cracks.
Yeah, Giants are back.
Giants are back. Jets are back.
Yeah, we're all every year.
Back.
It's if you think of the Super Bowl as getting the first pick in the lottery, we're in it every year.
You're in it.
It's just a different goal.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. So, we've got some injuries. I mean,
should we start with the damage of the break? There's been a lot of damage.
I think the injury is the biggest one, right?
Yeah, Odegaard.
The trickle down.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, and Rice being suspended, and Marino being already injured before the break. Not great. Yeah,
it's not great. I mean, I would be lying to you if I was sitting here and saying, "Oh, I'm so happy to have Kai for this fixture." There's obvious chatter that he could go back into midfield. Jesus is air quotes for non-video watchers. I'm air quoting fit. Who knows what that means? I still feel like he's gonna play Kai up top. Like, I don't see a front three of Saka, Raz, Martinelli as functioning in any way, shape, or form against anyone, really.
Well, Jesus. What about Jesus?
I just refuse to believe that he hasn't played in 6 months and he's just going to be able to start a game.
A really crazy game.
I cannot, for life of life, imagine that's what's happening.
Yeah. That's pretty fair, I guess.
But, I mean, even if Kai still plays striker, which obviously we want him to play striker, behind him is just nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
like
Spurs
how functioning
played really well in the 2. I mean, I'm 90% sure they lost both. Or no, they drew one and lost the other one last year against Arsenal. But I remember them like genuinely causing problems, making Arsenal very uncomfortable. I mean, they're literally polar opposites, right? Like Spurs want everything to be transition, everything to be fucking insane.
Chaos.
And Arsenal just want to chill and do nothing. I mean, this isn't a betting pod, but like, I haven't looked at the odds, but I'm like, Spurs can fucking get something here. As far as I know, they're fit.
And they're home.
They're home.
Spurs are home. Yeah.
It's going to be a very crazy match. I don't know what to make of Kai. I mean, if you hadn't just wildcarded, do you think you'd be considering getting rid?
Getting rid? No.
Of Kai?
I don't think so.
For this game with no Rice, no Ode, no Marino into City game in game week 5.
I mean, it depends on the team. If I didn't have an 8th attacker, then maybe I would be looking at that. But I still want him back for 6. And, we don't know that they're just going to be some dilapidated mess and not functioning. So he could easily just score a goal against Spurs. And, they're not going to be purring because they're missing, 2 of their very important best players in the midfield. But, he's still phenomenal. And, using transfers to snap him doesn't feel like that's getting ahead, really. And I also don't see some obvious alternatives where I'm like, oh God, because sometimes we're like, oh, this would be so easy if someone got injured, right? It's like, okay, well, say Kai's injured. It's like, I don't want anybody really. So what am I getting? Endot?
You'd probably just put Isak back in, game with one team back.
Like, I want Isak who has, 6 aways and no good home fixture for 3 months. Like, no, I don't want that. So, Watkins who has all these, question marks around him. So I still feel like he's just a fine hold.
Yeah, I don't think he's an emergency, but I'm curious why you mentioned having an 8th attacker. Like, are you planning on benching him possibly?
Yeah, I'm probably going to bench him in game week 5. Yeah, I mean, I was looking more at Bumo and Rodgers for next game week. But I just think at Spurs isn't that bad for Bumo. And I really
Not
just
even
don't.
close to being bad, I don't think.
I just don't want to bench Rodgers at all in these good fixtures. I just keep coming around to that. It's like, this is why I have him. It's not to bench him in these fixtures, it's to play him. Like, this is what I was telling myself after watching the first few weeks, and I want to just kind of try and stick with that. So
you're running into, like, for people who are benching him, you're definitely running into that thing of like, you're focusing purely on the outcomes and not the process. And I don't think that that's right. Like, yeah, he's blanked every game, but like, should he have? No.